Thirteenth Doctor, 2018 to 2022, portrayed by Jodie Whittaker. After the 12th Doctor accepted his regeneration, the newly regenerated 13th Doctor, being the first female incarnation of the Doctor, had fallen out of the TARDIS that was exploding and landed into the city of Sheffield, where, straight away after recovering after her regeneration, she had to stop an alien threat on the city with the help of Graham O'Brien, Ryan Sinclair and Yasmin Khan, with the help of Brian's wife, Ryan's grandmother Grace, who unfortunately was killed in the ordeal. After recovering from the regeneration and stopping the alien threat that was Tim Shaw, or Stem Shaw, the Doctor had got a new wardrobe and had then set out to find the TARDIS, accidentally taking Graham, Ryan and Yaz with her. Eventually finding the TARDIS, they went out on adventures together, as they all accepted the Doctor's invitation to travel again through time and space with her, and throughout her time with her companions, or as she put it, her fam, had many outings together. However, the Doctor eventually encountered the Master again, and through him she discovered a hidden truth about herself that she did not know about, that she was in fact the timeless child, and long before she was the Doctor, had had many lives before it, and was how the origins of the Time Lords and regeneration was founded, through the timeless children, which would eventually become the Doctor. The 13th Doctor also encountered another incarnation of the Doctor called the Fugitive Doctor. Although it's not fully clear whereabouts she is in the Doctor's timeline, she is claimed to be sometime before the first Doctor's time, or somewhere in between, but not fully known or explained. Eventually, during the events of the Flux, the Doctor found the answers she was looking for, stored away in a Fod Watch, but chose to keep that knowledge from herself by hiding it deep within the TARDIS. Eventually, travelling through time and space, Graham and Ryan decided to part ways with her, and for a while travelled with a Scouse man named Dan Lewis, travelling through time and space with them two, Yaz and Dan. However, after a brief encounter with the Master once again, where he attempted to steal her regenerations and become the Doctor as well, she eventually fought back and standed off with the Master using an alien energy force called the Quran. After failing and the Doctor overpowering him, he made sure she could not survive and used the Quran on her, mortally wounding her. However, she was then recovered by Yaz and carried back to the TARDIS, where after Yaz returned everybody home that assisted her, she spent what little time she had with Yaz before telling her that she had to go through this next part alone. Eventually, having one last sunrise, she then was curious what would happen next, but willingly gave in to her regeneration, where, after the change, was shocked to realise that he had familiar features. The 13th Doctor's companions were Graham O'Brien, Ryan Sinclair, Yasmin Khan and Dan Lewis, with some old faces also reoccurring, such as Captain Jack Harkness, Ace and Tegan Javanka. At the start of 2017, before Series 10 of the show would air, Peter Capaldi announced that he would be leaving the show at Christmas, with current showrunner at that time, Stephen Moffat. It was then confirmed that Chris Chibnall would be taking over as showrunner, but for a while we were left in the dark, wondering who would be the 13th Doctor. However, in the summer of 2017, in June of that year, through a small teaser, it was revealed that former Broadchurch star Jodie Whittaker would take over as the 13th Doctor, which would also reveal her to be the first ever woman to play the role of the Doctor. Having mixed emotions with fans, eventually a lot of fans accepted this and decided to give Jodie Whittaker a chance. And of course, in my opinion, she did prove that a woman can play the Doctor, and has definitely made the show's history by doing that, being the first female Doctor, even though considerations for this idea go back a lot further, to the mid-80s at one point, when Sydney Newman, one of the show's co-creators, actually suggested this idea. But it would take nearly 30 years for this idea to finally be given a chance. After 3 series and 3 specials, Chris Chibnall decided to leave as showrunner, and Jodie Whittaker also decided to leave with him. And of course, it was then left in the air of who would be next. Well, in the spring of 2022, history for the show would be made again, as it was announced that actor Ncuti Gatwa would be taking over the role as the 14th Doctor, although we now know him to be the upcoming 15th Doctor, but would also, as I said already, make the show's history by being the first black actor to take on the role, at least full time anyway. But of course that credit would go to Joe Martin, who played the fugitive Doctor, but Gatwa will be the first black male to play the Doctor in 2023. And there you have it, the Doctor Files on the 13th Doctor. Is there anything I might have missed about her? Do let me know down in the comments below, and what's your favourite 13th Doctor moment? If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. And feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All my social media links are linked down below. I've been Davros the Whovian, and this has been the Doctor Files on the 13th Doctor. So until next time, run for your life.